Alison Larkin presents Jessica's Ghost by Andrew Norriss. Read by Alison Larkin. For all the Jessicas and the people who loved them. 1. Francis needed to be alone. He needed to be alone so that he could think, which was why, despite the weather, he carried his bag and his lunch to a bench on the far side of the playing field. Solitude is not always easy to find in a busy school, but it was February, the temperature was barely above freezing, and the cold, Francis knew, would keep most people indoors, and if anyone did come out, they would probably avoid that particular bench. It was directly opposite the main school building, and the students at John Felton usually preferred to spend their lunch break somewhere that was not in full view of the staff room and the school office. Francis did not mind being overlooked, not from that distance anyway. All he wanted was the chance to think without any distractions. And he was sitting on the bench, his hat pulled firmly down over his ears, holding a cup of hot tea in chilled fingers, when a distraction came walking across the grass towards him. It was a girl about his own age, though not anyone he recognized as being at the school, and possibly the most distracting thing about her was what she was wearing, or rather what she wasn't. Despite the cold, she had no coat. All she had on was a little black and white striped dress. Someone who knew about such things would have recognized it as a Victoria Beckham zebra dress, which left her arms and shoulders exposed to the winter air. Wherever she was heading, Francis thought, there were good odds she would freeze to death before she got there. From the corner of his eye, he watched as, to his surprise, the girl continued to walk directly towards him until she stopped, and then sat down on the other end of the bench. The wooden slats were still coated with frost, but this did not seem to trouble her. She sat there and stared calmly out across the field at the building on the far side without uttering a word. Francis had not wanted company, but he was curious. Why had she come across the field to sit beside him? Why had she not spoken? And why was she apparently immune to the cold? "You might want some of this," he said, holding out his mug. "It's only tea, but it's warm." The girl turned to face him, then turned her head in the opposite direction as if to see who he was talking to. When she realized there was nobody else, and that he must have been talking to her, a look of shocked surprise crossed her face. Are you talking to me?" she asked. "Sorry." Francis withdrew the offered mug. "Won't happen again." "You can hear me as well?" "Yes," said Francis. "Sorry about that too." The girl frowned. "But nobody can see me or hear me." "Can't they?" "Unless—" The girl peered at him intently. "You're not dead as well, are you?" "I don't think so." Francis did his best to keep smiling while he quietly emptied the remains of his tea onto the grass and screwed the cap back onto the thermos. It felt like it might be time to pack up and leave. "I don't understand." The girl was still staring at him. You're dead yourself, are you?" Francis tried to keep a casual tone in his voice as he packed his thermos into his bag. "What? Oh, yes." As if to illustrate her point, the girl...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?